No? Okay. Okay, we'll keep you posted. Obviously, I know you guys will. If I didn't notice that the mic cut out. You're right. You're right. All right, what else is happening? OASM, big mover on Friday, having some action, so maybe a continuation play. I don't see any specific news for it today, but just continuation from Friday's action. AVGR. Now this was up, but now it's basically flat. So there was a little bit of news, commercial launch of Ocelot in Australia, but it's basically given it all up. So again, when I first saw it this morning, it was up in this area. Sangamo could be an interesting one this morning. Sangamo, SGMO, nice gap up, big area for it to take out if it can take, well, it's already kind of above this area. So keep an eye on this one for sure. Gap up on phase 1/2 results. ITCI, big gap down on late stage drug failure. So initial reaction was good actually, and then reality set in here. So this is gapping down on a late stage drug failure for ITCI. Big area for it to take out. I have an alert set right here, 1029. Got down to about 1070 in the pre-market. This is a low one, SLGL. A gap up on phase 3 results. This is an Israeli stock, low float, SLGL. CBIO. Well, it was up here at 1031. It's given quite a bit back here. But anyway, CBIO gap up on mid-stage data results. And getting to Deutsche Bank right now. Yeah, so Deutsche Bank definitely in the news over the weekend. 18,000 jobs cut. Big reorganization for Deutsche Bank DB. A little one here. See if we can take out one. SNSS. Gap up on clinical data update for SNSS. Yeah, the reverse splits, 3 of them this morning. CEI is a 1 for 25 reverse split. And these other two, Lending Club, LC. Not really sure why they did a reverse split, but they did. A 1 for 5 reverse split. If you're wondering why I'm wondering why they did. Usually the companies are doing a reverse split so they can get their price over $1. They maintain a NASDAQ listing, but this was already over $1. So I'm not quite sure why they did it, but anyway, they did. And another one, a China stock, SFUN, did a reverse split, a 1 for 5. You guys are talking about TRNX. I don't see it here. So let's see, what is it doing? TRNX. Oh, I see why. Yeah, it's just a little too cheap for me, but hey, a lot of volume. Relatively low float, 24 million for a 20-cent stock. All right, let me see what sort of upgrades and downgrades we have this morning. Okay, there we go. Just popped into my email right now. Let's see what sort of upgrades and downgrades we have this morning. All right, there are some of the upgrades. I get some of the downgrades in now. Ooh, wow. Holy smokes. A lot of downgrades this morning. A lot of downgrades. I'll get a few of them in here. Somebody was mentioning oil or energy sector stocks, but a lot of downgrades this morning. Keep an eye on GOL, guys. That was a star from Friday. I know it just triggered for me in terms of a price alert. GOL. Boy, there were a lot of downgrades. A few more to go. All right, and even Apple got a downgrade. Okay, there are all the downgrades this morning. All right, so this one triggered, yeah, GOL, that's why it triggered all the way up and it set them right back down. Of course, GOL had the big Goldman upgrade on Thursday. There was the Goldman upgrade on Thursday. Tremendous continuation on Friday. Morning, Real. Okay, guys, and as usual, normally what happens, the promo code for the 25% off is still active. It'll be active more than, well, I'm pretty sure tonight, 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. All right, so there's still time if you want to take out a subscription to Trade Ideas. a second here. Just want to put it in here so people miss it on the weekend. It is still alive. Typically, that's what happens, even though the emails always say, usually these things expire Sunday night, but usually it's extended one day, just for people who may have missed it over the weekend. So there it is. Well, it had an interesting initial reaction to the news, ITCI. It did actually pop right up. So we'll see. CTST, cannabis stock, Canadian company. I don't know where Vaughan is, actually, probably Ontario. But CTST, non-compliance of their facility. So there's the news on it. I think it's going to be looked at 10 to 12 days from now. Unlicensed grow room. Oh, okay. Cannabis play. Trade of the week is XLNX. I believe the trigger is somewhere up here. I think it's about 118.40 or so. So I think that's the trigger for it. Okay, again, refresh if you can't hear. Of course, if you can't hear, you can't hear. Right here. Yeah, the job numbers were really, really good. So consequently, I guess people are afraid that, okay, there's no reason to keep interest rates down. Job numbers are good. That's, in theory, that's why the market is soft right now. Yeah, I mean, Deutsche Bank, look, it's got $2 billion in the float, so it's going to take a lot to keep moving it, but 18,000 jobs, they're cutting 18,000 jobs in their most, quote unquote, most fundamental transformation in decades. Definitely keep an eye on CBio. They're tried to get, well, it actually popped over 10 pre-market. It's pulled back down a little bit. Probably has some resistance up in this area based on that weekly chart. So it's not as clean. It really has to take all this out for it to really get going. I mean, look, it's already up 6.8%, but for it to maintain that, it's got to take out all this. So it may be a struggle. Remember, everybody, I do have this pre-market tab here, okay? Pre-market activity. This is the stuff that I have found. It's obviously it's not a complete list. There could be things happening right now, but don't forget, you can always check on the pre-market activity to see some of the things that have been certainly moving in the pre-market. OASM, yeah, OASM is a continuation play. I don't think they have specific news this morning. Yeah, Symantec I saw again. It's all to do with the Broadcom AVGO takeover, and saying Broadcom secures the financing for the Symantec acquisition. Not sure how much more activity it's going to have, but I mean 2660 was the high, so that's the reason why Symantec is up. Geez, this one even has warrants, DFBH, DFBH. Just looking at some of these ones that were down a lot, down the most at the end of Friday, just to see if there's any sort of continuation. So this one, CNXM, now this was a post-market gap, after hours gap. Nothing happening right now. CNX. AMRX, I noticed it did have an upgrade. AMRX did have an upgrade. No volume yet, 800 shares. And a big float, 150 million in the float. But obviously, if it can get going, look at that weekly chart. I mean, it has a nice big potential void fill. But again, no volume yet. All right, so Sangamo starting to fade just a little bit. Well, it's not bad. I mean, it just means obviously the bigger the float, it's going to take more to move the stock. That's all. But if the stock's in play like Deutsche Bank, I mean, but how much more can this? You know, I mean, it got 2 billion in the float, so it's already down 4%. You know, it's always the situation in which how much more can it actually, once the market opens, how much more activity will there be? Obviously, the lower the float when a stock is in play for whatever reason, the more chance it's going to be super active once the market opens. Oh yeah, I got that one, GOL. It took out that high right there. Well, briefly, it touched the high right there. The other one that actually, even though it had a downgrade, it looked LTM. I mean, watch it. It had the downgrade, I think, by Goldman, but it had the nice move with the South American Airlines last week. You know, I mean, here's an example of like GOL, but it had all sorts of news last week with the Goldman upgrade. So, you know, over a quarter of a billion shares in the float, but look at the move it made. So if there's news to really sustain it, I mean, you know, high floats can actually be a little less stressful. You know, they usually are not going to be so whippy like the low floaters. I mean, this is the news, all right? I mean, they secures the financing for the Symantec acquisition. Agreement could be reached around mid-July. But I mean, anything can happen. What's the date right now? The 8th, between the 8th and the 15th, or whenever mid-July is. Anything could happen. All right. All right. First of all, I just want to make sure audio is good. I don't know why this key. I forgot to ask the developer of the room why this is happening. So right here, I mean, it's CTST taking out 4 now. CTST taking out 4. Big volume. Look at the volume. 1.3 million shares. This is not actually, you know what? I think it was shortable before at Interactive Brokers, but there are no more shorts available right now. There were very few shorts available when I first looked. I think only about 11,000, but no shorts available right now. That's at Interactive Brokers. Does not mean briefing.com, Tony. Briefing.com. It's a free service. You just said they'll send it to your email about 9:10 every morning. No, you're jumping the gun. Now it is open in 1 minute. Okay, now it's open in 1 minute. All right, everybody. I'm going to get my gap ups and gap downs here. Get rid of this one. Bring this over. Get set for the open. And as usual, probably won't trade the first 15. Let things settle down a little bit. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, X. This is just showing up right now. XSPA. This, in fact, yeah. Now it's really triggering here. Low float, 1.9 million in the float. Well, you look, I mean, if it takes out this area here, this 205, which it tried, 210, then obviously it's got a big potential gap fill. Yeah. All right, everybody, market is now open. All right, I'm going to reset that alert right up here. That's the high of Friday for GOL. See if it takes that out later on. All right, ITCI now is a gap down and goes so far. This is a big area for it to try to get through, 1024-ish. Okay, Sangamo is You know, this is a gap up and reverse so far. Look at this, gap up and reverse. As opposed to Juniper, JNPR, which is a gap down and reverse so far. Again, guys, big area for this, try to hold ITCI. Right around that 1020, 1030 area. All right, so this is this Israeli stock, SLGL. It pulled back quite a bit from the pre-market highs, starting to move, trying to move back a little bit here. SLGL, low float, 4.7 million in the float. Here's a little one here, LPTX, some volume coming in. Obviously, if it can, look what it got to, 214. I think that's the high right there too. So I'm going to stick an alert at the high here. See if it takes that out. If it does, obviously it has some room up to that 3 level. Yeah, Beyond Meat still an active trader, BYND. So far, XSPA is a big pop up and now the drop. So for me, if it takes out 2 again, I'll have to take a look at it. Yeah, OASM is holding its own. Definitely holding its own. Just check out the pre-market highs now. All right, so little bounce here for CTST. Gap, this is a gap down in reverse right now. CTST. Wow, ITCI just really big level. I know I'm harping on this, but 1020 or so. You can see you're on that weekly chart. The low was 1021 and the low was 1023 right here. So takes that out. There's probably not very much support. It's already down 20%. Oh, look at Sangamo. Boy, that was a talk about a gap up and reverse. Sangamo, SGMO. All right, Noah. I saw Noah in the pre-market. There was just absolutely no volume, but Noah's getting hit here. Look at this. Noah, N-O-H, N-O-A-H, Noah. Only 5 million in the flow, so you got to be careful on it, but basically the gives updates on status of certain credit funds. So obviously the status is not great, at least the market's not reacting to it at all well. Well, there it is, ITCI, right? You know, I just can't chase it, but ITCI at this potential support area. I'm going to reset the alert right now. But beyond meat is, yeah, nice move. GSX actually really giving it up here. This is an IPO from, it looks like about a month ago. I'm going to stick an alert around 916, see if it takes that out. That would be, of course, a no, not a lifetime low, but anyway, 921. Wow, Sangamo just completely giving this up. Early stage results, phase 1/2. So market was too exuberant. So far, ITCI is holding that support area so far. This is actually, well, it's an unaudited second quarter net sales. So this is why this one is down, CHRS. NOAA continues down here. NOAH. Again, I'm going to just wait out the first 15. See things settle down just a little bit, get a better direction. See the OASM pulled back here. I know some took this one. So what I'm going to do right now is stick an alert again over the pre-market high. See if it takes it out later. Yeah, CTST is bouncing. Yeah, I still have my alert set for GOL, taking out the high of Friday right there. There's no resistance, really. Just got to take out that high of Friday. Now, again, when I say that, doesn't mean just because it takes it out, it's going to continue, but at least you don't have to worry about Friday's high blocking it anymore. Yeah, great volume too for Chegg. Lifetime high is Be Like Water, Julian is pointing out. Yeah, this was a favorite. Wow, yeah. This, I know people were mentioning this one before. Solly. Tattoo removal. Ah, so now they're concentrating on cellulite or cellulite. I mean, this was always in the news, but now cellulite trial data for 26 period. Boy, Noah, guys, Noah. Again, this was in the pre-market, had no volume. It was just sort of chopping around with less than 100 share or less than 1,000 shares. This is really dropping here. Yeah, I saw the VHC, the Vernetics. Aren't these the guys that are always suing Apple? I think these are the ones that are always suing Apple, and they win, they lose, they win, they lose. To me, I mean, it's got to take out this 7. I mean, look at all the chop right here. I mean, I'll stick an alert here. I don't know if it will, but I'll stick an alert way up here. Yeah, it's getting closer, GOL to the high of Friday. 2176 was the high on Friday for GOL. Now, okay, I thought maybe it was popping up. So CEI did, oh man, 1 for 25 reverse split. So this is getting kicked, really kicked. So this is around 9 cents now, pre-split. Oh, you're so close. Another couple of pennies to that high. And actually, that's the pre-market high too. 2179. That's the pre-market high, and that was 2176 was the high on Friday for GOL. I would wait for a break. Now, actually, CHRS looks like, you know, you get these bottoming tails here. I mean, it's already bounced quite a bit. There it goes. Actually, more of a bounce play right now, the bottoming tails on that 5-minute chart. All right, first 15 is in the books. ZM, look left. Yeah, just a little expensive for me, but I do see what you're talking about. Wow, look at Noah. The volume is really picking up. Yeah, this is the one that Julian Be Like Water mentioned, lifetime high, CHGG. All right, let me see what's happening now that the first 15 is in the books. So there's an education stock. So TAL is down, CHGG is up, education stock. Where is this? Where are they located? This is a California stock. The other one, TAL, is a China stock. How's EDU doing? Usually they trade in tandem. So far, that's what ITCI has done. I still have my alert set right down here, see if it takes it out later. All right, guys, there's a nice bounce for CTST. You can see right there, gap down and reverse so far. All right, guys, GOL now at the pre-market high and basically a couple of pennies over the high on Friday. All right, guys, I'm in. 2183. I'll hold it as long as it holds that pre-market high. If it doesn't, I will get out and I could always get back in. So, and that's for the GOL. Not my favorite setup because it's still near that whole number. But again, I can always get back in and out very quickly. No shorts available at IB for that one for GOL, but I'm just watching is right now struggling to keep above that the high. Low 70s definitely gets me out. I can always get back in. Okay, guys, like I say, I'm just watching the GOL. Boy, Noah, my gosh, that's my miss, I guess. Noah, I saw it in the pre-market. It just had no volume whatsoever. Is it spready too? Let's see. I didn't really look at the spread. Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible. It's about a 10-cent spread right now. It's not horrible for a stock that's moving so quickly. All right, guys, ITCI looks like it's trying to test that theoretical support area. Keep an eye on that 1020 mark for ITCI. What is Latham doing? Or Latham? Not too much. This is the other South American. Now, they did have the downgrade by Goldman, but look at the nice move it made on a percentage basis for LTM on Friday, moving with the other South American airlines. What's the other one, guys? Remember there was another one that moved very well. Can't remember the name of it now on Friday. Thank you, Azul. Right. What's it doing? Yeah, it's okay. Okay, guys. Wow, good exit so far. So I will look at it again if it takes it out, but I'll that 2180 again. Okay, so now I just stick an alert right up here again at the pre-market high. See if it takes it out again later for a GOL. Yeah, quite the bounce from Noah. Micron, MU, nice move here. That was negative, pretty negative in the pre-market. Now it has gone positive for MU. Big float, 1 billion in the float, but definitely on the move here. Yeah, OASM is getting more interesting, as long as it takes out that pre-market high. It have the pop up here, but it definitely has some room. I mean, it got up to 345 last week. That was on Friday, I believe. Yes. Now the 200-day moving average is 287, so it has to take that out. So even if it gets over that 265, the 200-day moving average looks like it can stall it. All right, ITCI is still trying to make up its mind. Or is this going to hold, or is it going to just crash right through it? Big area right there. Again, I've mentioned it several times. Nice little move here for Chewy, CHWY, an IPO from about a month ago. Okay, remember I mentioning those bottoming tails? Well, for a while it popped, but look at CHRS now. Nice initial call by Julian here on that Chegg. It just kept moving higher and higher. No real entry for me, unfortunately. I mean, I'm just not going to chase it. Well, obviously another big area for Solly to try to get through right here, right at that 15 mark. All right, guys, I'm just kind of eyeing OASM. It has not taken out that pre-market high again, so no real trigger for me. All right, now this one could get interesting. Super low floater, LEDS, but look at it on the weekly chart. The high, in fact, wow, too late. It just popped. This could get halted really quickly here. Just going to say that the high on the weekly chart was 317. Look at it now, LEDS. Just got halted. Sugar. LEDS just got halted. Boy, this has room too. I mean, 451 up here, hit a high at 558. It looks like a couple of months ago. Well, the first all can be good though. Yeah, it's just starting out. I mean, who knows what the volume's going to end up. Well, I love the company. I mean, I like what they're trying to do with the tattoo removal, and of course, then with cellulite. So, man, obviously this is a news stock, but it got hit hard. I mean, it hit a high 29 and it basically got cut almost a third or 2/3. I don't know. I can't see any news on LEDS. It hasn't popped in. But bid ask is stacking up a little bit higher than the halt, 365, 365. The halt's at 358, so it's a little bit higher. And it did pop through that 200-day moving average, 343. EPC is just showing up on my gap up and go. Now there's probably a lot of resistance, about $1, a little over $1 away. Yeah, I'm seeing, look at those bottoming tails now for Sangamo on the 15-minute chart. Look at those bottoming tails. What's the low here? 1221. So this could be ripe for a nice bounce, as Real is probably pointing out. All right, so this is another one, PRVL, a gap up and go. Now it hit a high in the pre-market of 1291. Receives fast track, didn't see it at all in the pre-market. Maybe because of volume, I don't know, but it receives fast track designation. That is the news for PRVL. Okay, GOL back up now. It triggered and then it pulled back just a little bit. I have to wait for this 2189 break, the high. This might keep chopping around this area before it takes this out, if it does take it out. Yeah, GOL's getting really interesting again. Obviously, just take this out, and I might get right back in it. And just get the last bit of coffee in the mug. There we go. All right, guys, that ITCI is just hanging in that 1050 mark. Not really doing too much right now. Just nice base right there. Nice base to either drop from or pop from. All right, guys, this is not for everybody, but I am in the EPC. Not in love with it. but I am in it. You know, it's got, as I mentioned, it's got a lot of resistance, probably not that far away. I wish all this weren't here, but just want to see if this, and it's not a low float. Able to get some 29.55, so we'll see. Yes, and Gamma, definitely nice bounce. That's almost $1 from the low. It's over 5, so this is more than, and it's still stacking up pretty well. So sometimes there are 10-minute halts. Still don't see any specific news on it, but you can see the bid ask is stacking up 358. There, well, it was up 370, 370. Nothing spectacular. You'd love to see like 4 if you're in this one. Looking at a couple of the Holly alerts, nothing shaking so far. Yeah, there's a retail ETF, Real Like Water, pointing that one out on the move here. One of them anyway. Okay, guys, now this one really didn't have that much action. Market, this is the pre-market. Volume is starting to pick up. This is an Israeli stock, had news, SLGL, gap up, and that's phase 3 results. So, I mean, this is later stage. Let's see if it takes out 10. All right, guys. I'm out of the. Oh, there's a good exit. I'm out of the EPC flat. Did not like the way it was trading. I wanted it to get into the 70s and 80s, so I'm out of the EPC flat. And LEDs, I think just opened. LEDs just opened. So it did have the pop, but now the drop. So if you got in there, hopefully you got it. Hopefully you got out some of it when it had that quick pop. But let's see. I still don't see any news. Wow, SLGL now over 10, guys. Okay, one of the very few earnings plays, AZZ. Oh my goodness. Look at SLGL. It's a tough spread right now, yeah. Guys, I mean, look. You probably know what I did, so, but you have to be on your own on this one, SLGL. Incredibly whippy. Incredibly whippy. Oh yeah, I did. But by the time I was going to say it, it had already popped, so there was no point. But this can be one of those crazy, crazy ones. I mean, it's only 4 million in the float, and it is late stage results. So to back this out, I should have looked earlier. What sort of resistance is there? Very choppy on the weekly. So it got as high as here. If you really want to know? Watching GOL, guys, it is still very interesting if it takes out that high. All right, well, this is what happened, okay? I put in an order at 10.22 and I got filled and it immediately went to 11. Now, not that I could get out at 11, all right? The bid ask was, but the ask was right at 11. You can see it hit 11 and I am out some, okay? But it just went way too quickly. This was a sort of a gut feel. Oops, so I type in gut. Oh my, this just got to get that bid to catch up to the ask at 11.10. So I can't tell you to buy these things, but that's, you know, it's all I was waiting for was the break over. See, I had my alert set right there for 10. I had the alert set. When I got in, the spread actually was only about, well, only, it was only, I think 12 cents, only. Well, it's because there's, it doesn't trade very much, low float. It's really that simple. I mean, if you look at it, I don't think I've ever seen this one before, to be honest. So I mean, look at that. I mean, 184,000 shares is traded, which is 57 times normal. So okay, guys, there's GOL. It is just touching that high right now. Whew. Here's another one that's AZZ. Again, one of the very few earnings plays. Volume, again, it doesn't trade very much, obviously. 160,000 shares, which is 22 times normal. Okay, GOL is still hanging around this area. I'm going to keep setting the alerts just a little bit higher. I'd love to see it take out the whole number. Just checking some of these, the momentum downs earlier. Tapestry, that's the old coach, right? TPR, that's the old coach, isn't it? What's the float like? 289 million. You know why I'm watching? If you have Holly, well, I'd like to see it take out the high yesterday on Friday, which is 30.38. GOL, guys, GOL. It could be a bit of a struggle to get through that whole number, 22. Okay, one moment, please. All right, yeah, if you have Holly, you know, yeah, Overstock, interesting. I have to remind myself with Overstock OSTK, it's such a low float, 26 million in the float. All right, so PRVL is a gap up and go. Now it's already gone quite a bit from the lows of 11. Of course, this is an IPO from 3 weeks ago. Just watching OSTK right here. Boy, GOL is just teasing. Tell you, if it pops through that whole number, it could really start to run again. GOL. Yeah, obviously, you wish you were at 285. I know what you meant, 2185. You don't need to be in the channel. Well, okay, I mean, yes. I mean, you have to load. You can either do it one of two ways, Wayne. Just a second here. GOL is almost triggering for me here. So you can either go new, AI Holly strategy window, or load it from the Omni channel. New channel bar, and click on Omni. Now, remember, this is a layout, so it will replace the layout that you have already up on your screen. All right, so make sure, if you do that, make sure that you save your layout to the cloud. But if you want, there's the Omni channel, and have all three Hollies open. All right, guys, I'm really concentrating now on the GOL. Well, no, I mean that's loading the Holly. That's loading the three Holly. It's okay. That is loading them. You go to another channel. That's what these channels are all different themes. The Omni AI is the one which has the three Hollies. All right, guys. Sorry, I am now back in the GOL. And see if it has the run now. Put a whole number stop on it. Okay, so Wayne, did that make sense for you? And ultimately, we're getting rid of the 3 Hollies. It'll all be one window. I hope it's sooner than later. And we don't have to worry about, then all you'd have to do, really, is click on New AI Strategy window. This will pop up. All right, GOL not. See how well it holds this whole number. A little dip below, I'll probably get out again. I can always get back in. These commissions are so cheap. The 3 Hollies. Yeah, ITCI, I agree 100%. If this takes out this low right there, there's really no support for it. ITCI. I'll back this out a little bit more on the weekly chart just to see what's shaking back here. This is 2 years ago. Ooh, already 1 hour. Okay, so, okay, that got me out. And I'll keep watching it though. That just got me out. So a little loss, 10-cent loss. I'm waiting for one more move over that number, that whole number. Sticking a little around 22.11. See if it takes it out a little bit later. All right. Yes. So 1 hour in the books as Paradox. Thank you very much. So just to let you know, the promo code that was active on the weekend that was in theory supposed to be inactive after last night, it is still active until 11:59 p.m. Eastern time tonight. And this is the code we are talking about. So a big 25% savings using the promo code July 4th sale, 25% savings off the first month only, or the entire year. There's the link. And this is what Trade Ideas will cost. So the standard plan would be $1068 a year, minus that 25% if you take a whole year. I think that works out to about $66 a month. $2268 a year for the premium service, which includes Holly, which I'll go over. You can always start off with a standard monthly plan. If you're not sure about this program, I would never just start off with a yearly plan. You can always start off with a standard monthly, $118 less that 25%. I think that works out to $88. $228 for the premium, less the 25%. The good news is that today is the 8th of July, July the 8th. If by August the 7th, within 30 days, you decide you'd like to upgrade, say from a standard to a premium or from a monthly to a yearly plan, you can do so and we'll honor the promo code. Just a minute, please. I'm trying to do something right now. Okay. So that is the pricing. Sorry, guys, a little bit distracted here, trying to keep an eye on a couple of things here, and trying to make a couple of make a trade. The links. So first of all the scans that you see on my shared monitor, you can have. I have 2 other monitors with other scans. If you're interested in any one of these scans, just click on the Scans tab here, and you'll see everything that I'm sharing. All right, just scroll. Hopefully they're all named in a fashion that makes sense to you. Or you can click on that Room Drive folder. Looks like a half open folder with the Room Drive icon. I think it's beside my name. Just click on it. And scans that I share, click on the download, and then it'll download into a Word document. Then you can kind of save it and take a look at it when you want to. I'm going to click on the Links tab. And go over the links right now. Just a second here. All right, GOL again. GOL again. A bit of a choppiness, you know, topping tail, bottoming tail, but it is triggered again. I'm going to wait for that break again. All right, guys, so subscribe to Trade Ideas. We've already gone over that. Holly, I'm going to go over that a little bit later, all right? Training Monday to Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern time. The webinars, I think we're probably back on schedule this week. Monday to Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern time. They're all archived. You should have the latest version of Trade Ideas, which I believe for you guys will be 4.2.81. All right. If you don't know what you have, just click on the Help and About, and it'll tell you I'm on a development version. You can take out a demo. You click on that link. You have to scroll down to the bottom of that page, all right, and sign up for the demo. You'll need a Facebook or a Google account to sign up. And I do a daily video between 1:15 and 1:45 every day. I'm going over Brokerage Plus. Guys, I'm in a Holly trade. The 1020 strong stock pulling back trade, all right? Just watching it here. Going to go over Brokerage Plus right now, what it is. Okay, guys, geez, a lot happening. I'm trying to go through these links, and ITCI now, guys, is right at that level. ITCI, trying to challenge that support area right there. ITCI. Yeah, I know GOL is firing again. All right, guys, ITCI challenging 10 now. The 10 challenge is on. Now, the challenge will be, can you get it? It's down 25%, so you The uptick rule will be in effect. Okay. Watching my Holly looking order entry window. It only works with Interactive Brokers right now. We're looking to add more brokerage platforms, but do not ask me which ones or when. All right. Right now, you'll need an Interactive Brokers account in order to use Brokerage Plus. So how does it work? This is not a brokerage platform. It works with Brokerage Plus. So how does it work? If you click on an alert, the symbol will load, of course, here, and you can pick how many shares you want, and this will show the bid and the ask, and you can pick how you want to trade it, either buy it or short it. We have some hotkeys here: flatten, get out of a position, get out half a position, double your position, reverse. You can go from being long to short or short to long. Second way you can use it, ahead of time, you can set up your own buying and shorting parameters. So once you see the alert, you pick how you want to trade it, click on it, and it'll obviously load into the platform, into this window, and then you can manage your trades. This is part of your standard service. So there's nothing for you to do, part of your standard service. If you do want to auto trade your own strategies, you'll need our premium service, and then it'll be included. And something that I don't recommend, but you know, some people want to try to auto trade Holly. I wouldn't do it. But if you do, then you'll need our premium service plus $1,100. This will cost you $1,100. But if you don't care about auto trading at all, nothing for you to do. This is part of your standard service. Now, what we're looking to do is to add a paper trading aspect to this, and it'll be live. It'll be real-time paper trading. You won't even need a brokerage account. This will be self-contained, so you click on an alert, you paper trade it the way you want to, and it'll be real-time data. All right? That is what they're working on feverishly right now. All right, so I'm seeing that ITCI is still hanging around that support area. It's a little bit underneath it. Obviously, 10 is a really psychological number for it to get through. Okay, well, guys, if you have Holly, you know Holly's has one nice alert. And it's turned into a beauty. So I'll show it to you now. There it is, 1517, 1544, 54 right now. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not displaying this, it's not fair to our premium subscribers who pay for this service, all right? But there was the alert, 1517. I didn't get in right there, but fairly close. And now look at it, up 2.5%. So let me describe what Holly is now that I have a bit of time here. So basically, there are what we call 50 baseline strategies. This is not one of them, but if it were a baseline strategy, then what Holly will do at the end of today, she'll take today's market data and then back test using today's market data over the last 90 days. If this were one of the strategies, this is in essence what happens. She looks at all the filters, and the strategies that Holly has, there are way more filters. but she'll take a look at a filter and say, okay, what happens if I make a change here? To say, instead of the price range 50 cents to $10, maybe I make that $1 and $10, okay? And what happens to the profit factor win percentage? She'll go through what's called an optimization procedure. So she's done the tweaking right there. What happens to the profit factor win percentage? Does it make a big difference? If not, maybe she looks at another filter and tweaks it, and on and on and on. Or she could even take, a filter out and add a completely different filter in. So you can see that with 50 plus strategies, it'd be impossible for you and I to do this. It's human beings. Holly's a computer and she can run through these. Still takes a while, but it is an optimization procedure that happens at the end of every market day. And tomorrow we'll be presented with the strategies that made the cut. These strategies made the cut. I want to say because they had a profit factor of at least 2 and a win percentage of at least 60, but I notice a couple are here, slightly under 2. But that is what Holly is. And then what happens is you don't have to do anything. You are then presented with the alerts as they happen all day long. It's up to you to trade them as you see fit. Okay? And what I use Holly for is a watch list more than anything else. I sort on the risk on profit percent. Again, you don't have access to this yet. This is we're going back to the idea of having just one Holly window as opposed to 3 separate Hollys. You can still indicate, I don't really care from what Holly you get an alert, but you can still indicate it as a column, I don't really care. To me, it's just a watch list. And so that's why I was concentrating on the overstock, because it was near the top. And you're right. It triggered in the 3 Hollies. I don't have them, I say up, but so that was, and actually, well, this is at 1545, but this one was at 1517. But you have to manage the trades. People I don't want to auto trade it. I just wouldn't do it. That is an oh my God, yes. Yeah, CrowdStrike, definitely a nice move today after a couple of weeks of kind of fading a little bit, but you had these bottoming tails. So, the sellers kept trying to knock it down, but at least the buyers closed it a little bit higher than those bottoming tails. And now looks like it, of course, wants to keep moving here. IPO from 4 weeks ago. Gold, it's holding its own over that 22. You're just kind of teasing around. You got to have a couple of big topping tails on that 15-minute. I think it really has to take that out before it'll get going again. Now, Overstock always kind of linked with Bitcoin, or it has been. I see what Bitcoin is doing. So it's just kind of it's just kind of chuck right here. I mean, there's Bitcoin right there, had a big pop earlier, kind of chugging around here. So it's not that Bitcoin is soaring right now out of this 15-minute chart, but so I'm just watching, kind of watching Overstock though, because it used to be really linked with Bitcoin. All right, so ITCI just is struggling to get through that 10. It's still holding its own. I mean, there's the big area of support. It's still kind of hanging in that area. All right, guys, again, I'm just watching the Overstock. All right, ADVM, what a run it's had from that break right there. I mean, I can't chase it right now, but wow, what a run it's had. On the weekly, I know we were watching, this was one that has been, good. There's Overstock just taking it, making a new high. Thank you, Real. And what do we have here? So this is a great, of course, a great break on the daily chart, way above the 200-day moving average. Let me just back. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. It's kind of fun to be in. Anybody else in the Overstock from Holly? All right, there is, so there's 1321. What's right there? Wow, still has room to this area, ADVM. By the way, guys, I don't talk about it enough, I guess, but we do have a swing trading tab there for you. It's not that I'm going to really participate that much. It's more for you, for everybody who's a little more interested in swing trading. You know, you can get into a discussion right there, clicking on that tab. Don't just put in a symbol though. If you're going to put in a symbol, indicate why you think it might be an interesting swing trade. But I've created that for you guys. Also, in the subscription, on the subscription link, or in the link, in the tab, you'll notice there are 3 ebooks here. One is a swing trade. Well, they're kind of all swing trading. So these are all ebooks that we have created for you. For those of you who are interested in swing trades, you can click on these links. They're all free, of course. The other one here, the Benzinga link, trade ideas. There's the promo code. For those of you who are interested in live breaking news, we have a deal with them. You can, there's a free trial, but if you take out a subscription, you'll get 20% off using the promo code Trade Ideas right there. Okay. Oh my goodness. One good trade, guys. That's all you need. There it is, 15. I'm not in at 1517, but relatively close. And now this is just a superb play. And again, if you're wondering, well, why would I pick on that? Because here's how I sort everything, the risk on profit percent. So I don't care about these ones. I don't care. I mean, they're not working, but I don't care. This is just a watch list for me. Right there. Well, the early one was 1517. A couple later at 1545. This is because there was the first strategy, strong stock pulling back, and then another little pullback. You heard that, right, Julian? Well, the other reason why I was interested in this one, I mean, again, you have to look at the daily, look at the weekly chart. So, there was room up to this area here. So, that's over $1 on a $15 stock, which can be a tremendous percentage move, of course. I'm not saying it's going to get here. Now, be careful right now. That whole number always can be a bit of a challenge. So, yeah, I mean, look, I could argue that I had a couple of mess ups. I mean, a couple of tries with GOL, take small losses. EPC was basically a flat trade, and then all of a sudden the overstock makes up for everything. You will rarely, if ever, see me take a big loss. And the reason for that is that, over the course of time, I've learned the hard way that just don't second guess yourself. Look at this one, guys. ATNX, nice move here for ATNX. Very nice move. Anyway, I've learned over the course of time that, don't second guess your stops. Now, a lot of people will not agree with the way I place my stops. I just find they work for me. So, I'll always take usually very, very low losses because my stops are relatively close, and I've share sized accordingly. But what I don't do is start to say, well, maybe that stop was too tight, so I'll adjust it downwards and then downwards and then downwards. So the manageable loss, let's just for argument's sake, say I was risking $100 on the trade, now all of a sudden turns into a $500 loss for no reason. Yeah, I did on the SLGL, yes. ATNX, I mean, this is a great, on the weekly, look at the bottoming tail there. ATNX, what's the volume? The volume is good. I don't see any specific reason. Yeah, I mean, look, never a loss until you sell. Yeah, I mean, that's just a great way to blow up your account. You know, here's another one, guys, which I did not take. I can show it to you now. I don't mind showing these Holly alerts after the fact, but I did not take. Look at the Dova, 1688, 1728. I mean, another great move. One moment, please. All right, I'm now back. And, well, boom. There's the overstock. I was wondering if it was going to be able to take out 16, but no problem so far. Looking at Dova here, I mean, it still has room. I mean, I can't chase it now, but this still has room. Now the ADVM, I'd like to see it hold at 13, maybe 1325. You know, the interesting thing too is that, you know, these alerts from Holly so far, nothing to do with the market. Look at the market doing really nothing. So these are nice alpha stocks trading on their own. All right, guys, I'm in another Holly alert, and that was the 1052. There's only one, there's only one trade at 1052. So if you have Holly, I'm in another Holly alert. All right, give me a couple of minutes, guys. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right, guys, I'm back. Yeah, that's a good point. When Holly gets into 3 trades, you know, there was one strategy. Now these are the same, but they came from the two different Hollies, obviously. So yeah, pay attention. Yeah, okay, so what you do, Darren, is, one second, I'll just give you the code. Code is still active. Okay, so contact Kelly. Contact Kelly and tell her what you want to do. Make sure you give her the address, your email that you use to sign up so she can locate your account. And there's the promo code and there's a subscription link, okay? So give this all to her, all right? No, again, if you're in this, be a little careful. I mean, there's only 26 million in the float for the $16 stock. So just be a little bit careful. But, you know, we are net, it's $1 over now, the original alert. 15.17, 16.18. Yeah, I don't do that. I think it's fairly simple. I think you just click on one of these and then you just, I'd have to show you later, okay? I don't do it because I don't use the channel bar. But I think it's fairly simple. I think you just click on this up here. I think aren't there 5 of them that you can do? Click on it, and then I'm pretty sure there's a way. Before you do that, save your layout, copy it, and then I think you just paste it in, and then and give it a name, and that's simple. I think. I've just really never done it. Is that right, Eric? Is that how you do it? Yeah. Click the gear, drop in the link, bam. So Eric answered you. So copy the link first, like copy your layout, you know, file, save your entire layout, probably have given a name, and then save and share. So it's copied. And then, as Eric said, click the gear, click here and then the gear and then drop it in. Done. Okay, guys, again, if you're in the overstock, just be careful here. You've got these topping tails, topping tail there, You know, I mean, if it takes 16.15 out, then it could still be good, but just be careful. Yes, but that doesn't mean you have to. Okay, we always talk about this. Just because Holly got out because of a profit save doesn't mean you had to. You know, if the trade is still working, then you know you can maintain your position. You might, you know, if you want to get out some, fine, but that's why I think auto trading is not the way to go. You know, I think it's you want to. I think it's a better to manage the trades. Use it as a great watch list. Manage the trades. Okay, so that's what I was saying. Keep an eye on these topping tails here. So there's Overstock now underneath 16. So manage the trade, guys. All right, guys, I'm just kind of watching a couple other things here. So, you know, the GOL, just not ready yet. Just not ready to really, really break free. I mean, it's up 4%. I mean, in here, oh, not a second, obviously, maybe, what time is it, 11:13? Just a couple of minutes.